Hey everybody, Rocky Mountain Figures here. Welcome to the YouTube exclusive Crimson Dynamo BAF review from the Black Widow movie wave. So, of course, we are finally going to be taking a look at this brand new BAF from the Black Widow movie wave. We'll also be talking about that wave a little bit later in the video as well. So, let's get started. First things first, we're going to be taking a look at the figure itself and its articulation. Then we're going to take a closer look at the figure next to some other Marvel Legend figures, including the Wave Mates. Then we are going to head to the conclusion / verdict part of the video. So let's get started. There you go. So I just adjusted the camera a little bit. That way I can fit this guy in frame. But here he is. Again, the T-shape heads, the visor and whatnot looks very awesome. Got the slots right there. You got details on the neck right there, which I think is very awesome. It's got sculpted detail all around the head, so I think that's great. And he's got this big shoulder pads and really make him look menacing. I think these are the things that stood out to me when I first saw the promotional images of this guy were the big shoulder pads. There's the star right there looking very nice. Got some extra paint at the edges to show that's kind of like brightening up. Got the big shoulder pads. Got the cracks like showing that he's in battle. I wish it kind of had that detail going around this shoulder pad, because they do have that detail going around this one, but not this one, which I thought was kind of weird. So taking a look at the back real quick, because the back has a lot of good details too. Again, here's the cracks. It doesn't run up the top right here. It kind of just stops right there, but you know, it runs pretty well. This one goes all the way around. It's got this little pipes right here. This back. I don't know why this. Actually, I have a sense of why this is separate. It's probably because they couldn't fit it all in the package, so they had to make one of the other extra pieces removable in order to fit everything in the package. There you go, pop it back in. So yeah, which is understandable. I don't mind. I saw some people complain. I was like, really? It's not that big of a complaint. It sticks on there pretty well. There's the back paneling right there. Here's the rest of the figure. Taking a look at the rest of the figure in the front, starting with the arms. The silver, man, it's got the little spikes right here. The silver really looks good. Kind of bounces off this light. It looks kind of blue, so it's definitely metallic. It's focusing everyone else. It's got these nice tubes right here that has a nice blue in it. This one's a little cracked right there, but yeah, no matter. It's still a good looking arm. And then you got the hand. This one's like grabby, like raw. This one's the punchy hand. Poof. But the same thing on this arm, just except the fact that it has the fist. There's the chest. Not much going on there. Moving down to these really gummy legs. Okay, this is probably the biggest complaint I have about the figure, is that they're reusing these legs again, and I don't like these legs. These legs came with the Mandroid, came with the Ironmonger. They gotta stop using this because it's starting to get outdated. Even though they didn't use it much, I can tell like it's very gummy. The legs are pretty gummy, so I don't like these legs. I wish they would have just done something new. But yeah, other than that, this is a great figure. I will spoil it a little bit, but this is my favorite figure from the wave, to be honest. I really like this figure. This figure is great. Getting into articulation, his head is not only on a ball joint, but it has a neck hinge as well. So you get a little bit movement, which is good because he's got a lot of pieces going on right now. So he can move his head up that far. He can move his head down. Well, not... We can look down, but you can't move it down. He's got side to side. Of course, he's got head pivoting right there. His arms move out that... Come on, focus. That far. So you can move down. Without the shoulder pads, they can definitely move all the way around. But with the shoulder pads on, it kind of goes out, right? So it can't really do a full 360 with the shoulder pads on. But it's okay. He's got bicep swivel. Single jointed elbows. The bend in a pretty okay amount for a big figure. And all hinges hinge up and down right there. And they move side to side. He's got a really nice diaphragm joint right here. It can move, or it can rock side to side and move side to side. And it can bend down that far, which the legs are kind of bending forward too. Move down that far right here. It can bend back a little bit farther. And then getting to the legs. The legs can do splits only that much, so I wish they kind of improved that. They don't move anymore. I can definitely see there's definitely room to get more, but no, they only move out that much, which is a little disappointing, but it's okay. That's, again, the legs are probably the biggest problem. Here is You can kick forward, you can kick backwards even. It's got thigh cut, double jointed knees right here that don't bend in all the way, but it's fine. It's a bigger figure. Then these ankles, they move side to side. They also rock side to side, but due to these pads right here, they don't move in all the way. But his ankles, oh, that's the knee. His ankles can move down just a little bit. Come on, focus. Move down just a little bit, move up just a little bit. So not much great articulation when it comes to the legs, but when it comes to the rest of the figure, he is stacked with articulation, and I'm very happy about that. So let's scale this figure and talk about the wave a little bit more right now. So I just noticed you can already see Taskmaster just on the side right there. I put all the figures to the side for the time being because I'm going to bring him in a little bit later. But here he is. There you go. Here he is scaled. If I can get my arm out. He scales right around 8 inches. So again, he's definitely taller than the 6 inch. That's because he's a Build-A-Figure size. So now let me get the rest of the figures out and we can talk a little bit more about the wave. So getting the other figures from the wave on the table here. Once again, here are all the figures that came in this wave. If you guys want to check out the separate reviews for all these figures besides the Crimson Dynamo, make sure you go check out my Instagram. Once again, links for that in the description below. Now, getting to my pros and cons about this wave. I won't put anything on screen. I'll just talk about it. I think definitely pros. I will have to say, sorry for moving the camera. This is a good wave. Enough of that. It's just a good wave. I really did enjoy this wave and taking a look at it and reviewing each single figure. I thought it was a pretty good wave. Of course, with a couple of exceptions, but other than that, yeah, this is a great wave. I really do like it. We got some characters that we desperately needed an update on, and we got all these MCU Marvel Legends figures from the Black Widow movie. Definitely we're gonna get more, obviously, but yeah, this is a great wave. I really did enjoy it for the most part. Now, getting into cons, I think my biggest complaint with this wave was the lack of accessories for Spy Master, for Crossbones, for Winter Soldier, for Red Guardian, yada yada yada. I think the only 3 figures that got a good amount of accessories were Taskmaster, Yelena Belova, and the actual Black Widow figure. And of course, excluding the BAF as well, because BAFs never get the accessories. But you know what? I wish Hasbro would have packed in a little bit more accessories with everybody. I think that would have been much appreciated if they did that. Now, getting to rankings. And so starting at the very bottom, my least favorite figure is the Spy Master figure. This figure really is a disappointment. I wish Hasbro would have used a different body mode, like one of the newer bucks, or they would have packed them up with more accessories, because he's just a plain boring figure with just a one red, no detailed pistol right there. And this guy has, paint app problems and no accessories, so definitely my least favorite. I'm not going to keep him. I'm going to probably sell him. And my next one on the list is Red Guardian. And besides the big shield and the actual detail on the suit, it's a very boring figure. I wish they made an extra head with this mask on, or actually get some face printing tech on this figure. Now, next up on my list, the rest of the figures in this list are actually good figures in my opinion. So next up on my list is Yelena Belova. I do think she came with a good amount of accessories and was a surprise overall. This was my least desirable figure from this set, but she ended up being one of my favorites. I really did like it. I really liked how they did that jacket. They sculpted it on instead of, do a separate piece like the previous Black Widow figure. Next up on my list is the Black Widow movie figure. This figure is fun and a great update to our last Black Widow figure. Next up on my list is Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is also a cool figure. I really wish they would have added some more accessories with this guy, but other than that, he's a good figure. I really did enjoy him. Next up is the Taskmaster figure. That figure had some great paint, great sculpt, good amount of accessories, even though most of the accessories I didn't like. I kind of wish they would have improved some of the accessories and give us a more movable head sculpt. Maybe add a neck hinge to that figure. And then my next figure, the top 2, is Crossbones. Crossbones is a great update. I know for sure they did something with this body mode. I know they made some modifications with the body mode, so I can just feel it in my system. I can feel it in my gut. I can feel it. So I really did enjoy this figure. I wish it came with a couple fisted hands, but other than that, it's a good figure. And as you already probably know my favorite figure in this wave is the Crimson Dynamo BAF himself. This figure is bonkers, man. I really do like this figure. So now let's get into some more comparisons with the Crimson Dynamo. So here's the Crimson Dynamo BAF next to the Strong Collectible Sagat figure and the Target exclusive Red Hulk figure, which I also reviewed. Make sure you go check out that review if you haven't already. So for another comparison, here he is next to the 80th anniversary Iron Man figure and the 80th anniversary Captain America figure. Then next up for comparisons, here he is next to the Walmart exclusive Thanos figure and the recently released Doctor Doom figure. And lastly, for comparisons, here is the Crimson Dynamo BAF next to my recently released built BAF, the Super Skrull, and the 2018 Taskmaster figure. So now let's get into my conclusion of the video. So here's the BAF figure once again in all of its glory, and getting my pros and cons on screen right now. This figure is awesome. I have a lot more good things to say about this figure than bad. I think the only con I have are the legs and the mobility in the legs, but even with that restriction, he can still get in some pretty crazy, scary, awesome poses like this one right here, and I really do like that. So with the pros, everything, besides the legs, the paint, the sculpt, the articulation is all great. I love this Build-A-Figure. For me, this Build-A-Figure is better than the Super Skrull. So with that being said, since I've already talked about this figure throughout the whole video and there's not a lot to say besides the fact that he's awesome, I'm going to give him a rating of 9.5 out of 10. This is definitely the best figure in the wave and highly recommended. Highly recommend just building or getting all the figures in this wave. It's worth it, you know. The only figures that I didn't really like were Spy Master and Red Guardian, but that's it, you know. You can definitely just sell those off later and keep the rest of the good figures. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, make sure to go check out my IGTV as I have the individual reviews for the figures that build this BAF. So make sure you guys check out my Instagram and go follow if you haven't already. I do a lot of toy photography shots and I'm getting a new extreme sets very soon. So stay tuned for that in my Instagram, of course. And of course, if you guys want to check out my eBay and OfferUp, links to that will be in the description below as well. Without further ado, I'm Rocky Mountain Figures and I'll see you guys next time.